You've come to the right place if you're looking to create, launch, and scale a high-value online training program. I'm your guide, Chris Badgett. I'm the co-founder of LifterLMS, the most powerful learning management system for WordPress. Stay to the end. I've got something special for you. Enjoy the show. Hello and welcome back to another episode of LMS Cast. I'm Chris Badgett. And today we're going to be doing a solo episode on how to decide which of your e-learning content to make free versus paid. There's a whole free versus paid dilemma when you're creating an online course or a membership site, a coaching program, an online education company. There's this tension between what kind of free content or free products should I put out there versus premium content that's only for my paying customers, students, or members. So there's the fear of giving away too much for free, but it's a super important one because it dramatically impacts your growth, your scale, your profitability, and your brand authority. But essentially, free content fuels paid success. So that's the way to think about it. If I had to guess, and you're out there listening or watching, most people don't give away enough for free. But there are some that give away too much and just put it all out there and can never monetize. So both problems are bad, but the more common problem is people not giving away free stuff. They get a little too in their head about protecting their intellectual property and a customer has to pay me money in order for me to help them at all kind of thing. That's not the right mindset for growth and scale. So essentially the core principle is that you use free content to attract and then paid content to create the main transformation or benefit. So free is about discovery, building trust, audience building, and paid is about deeper outcomes and implementation or implementation support that's more direct. So there's also within the paying bucket of e-learning content, there's things that can be very cheap and then there are things that can be very expensive. So think about free content as creating awareness, low cost content, courses, memberships, coaching calls, whatever, that create activation. But then the most expensive thing is actually what creates the transformation. So let's talk about what makes really perfect free content. And to clarify what I mean by content on a learning management system website, it could be a lot of things. It's lessons, it's courses, it's quizzes, it's assignments, it's memberships or course bundles. But around all this, there's also just the broader content that goes on your content management system website powered by WordPress and hopefully LifterLMS. So we're also talking about blog content. We're talking about YouTube channels. We're talking about podcasts, social media, pages on your site. All these things, you can make a decision to make it free versus paid. So some perfect types of content for free would be things like introductory content or concepts, frameworks, mindset, industry education, some kind of quick win that you could put out there. And the benefits of giving out this kind of intro content, like thin content, is that it's good for your SEO. It's good for YouTube and podcast discovery. It's authority building, and it also puts the first thing you need out there in order to build your email list. So examples in e-learning context of this kind of free content would be like free mini courses, like the LifterLMS official Quick Start course. You should definitely go check that out. You can do webinars, you can do tutorials, you can do blog posts, you can do podcast episodes. But let's shift gears and So we talked about what should probably most likely be free. Let's talk about what should almost always be paid. So paid content should focus on a structured outcome. So step-by-step implementation, certification, cohorts, or any kind of community, any kind of advanced mastery, and extremely powerful templates, tools, and frameworks. Definitely like one-on-one, in-depth, or even group coaching access to the instructor or coach. So people pay for results, speed, accountability, and structure. So when you're delivering content that includes those things, this is premium content that you have and should likely be paid content. And one way to test it is a transformation line test. Should I make this thing free or paid? Does it teach awareness or produce a transformation? If it's learning something new, then it's free. But if it's becoming something new, then that's should be paid content. Let's also talk about the audience maturity factor. So different audiences need different free versus paid mixes. So if your content is for beginners, they're going to need a lot more free content. And they also just have more capacity usually, or shelf space, to make space for your courses and videos and podcasts and things like that. But if you have a very mature or experienced learner, they're going to be much more willing to pay faster for transformation that is quick and efficient. For example, I've been in a software CEO coaching program before. I went through a couple pieces of free content and then immediately signed up for a high ticket coaching program. The person who led that is called Dan Martell. You may have seen him on YouTube. But of all the software CEOs in there, they were, very willing to pay. And many of us had seen the free content, but we quickly went to the paid education offer because we're experienced learners in our space. This episode of LMS Cast is brought to you by Pop-Up Maker, the most powerful, trusted pop-up solution for WordPress. Whether you're selling online courses or memberships, Pop-Up Maker helps you grow your email list, boost sales conversions, and engage your visitors with highly customizable pop-ups. Imagine creating custom opt-ins, announcements, and promotions that actually convert. I personally use Pop-Up Maker on my LifterLMS websites for lead magnet opt-ins, cart abandonment, upsells, downsells, and guiding users to helpful content. Pop-Up Maker is an essential tool for growing my email list and making more money online through my website. Ready to take your website to the next level? Head on over to wppopupmaker.com/LMScast and save 15% on your order. Discount automatically applies when you visit through that link. Pop-Up Maker also has an awesome free version, so you can just use that as well. Go to wppopupmaker.com/LMScast and save 15% off your order, or get started with the free version now. Get more leads and sales on your website with Pop-Up Maker today. Now back to the episode. Just to throw like some warnings of like how not to give away too much for free. So teaching an entire course and putting all the videos on YouTube, if it is not a free mini course, and particularly if it's has a high result or transformation value, you don't want to put that on YouTube and then wonder why nobody buys, because you've already given away everything. One of the best ways to think about this more abstractly is a teaching framework I learned from Evan Pagan back in the day, which is when you're teaching something, you got to appeal to the different learning styles. And he calls them the why, what, how, and what if um, type of people content consumption practices. So like why learners, they really need to know why. Like, why do I need to know this? The what people, they're like, show me the process. The how to people are like, all right, show me step by step exactly what to do. Give me exercises, action items, and I will take those off. And then the what if people need to learn about the opportunity cost of not taking action. What if they do this? What if they don't do this? And so on. But one of the ways to think about it is giving away the why and the what is fine. But when you start giving away the how, now you're going into the premium territory. And I'm not saying never teach somebody for free how to do something, but once you get into particularly in-depth, high result value transformation and how, that should probably be paid content. Let's talk about some practical examples for different niches in the course creator industry. If I was doing a fitness course, some free content I might make are workouts, tips, just general education about certain topics. But my full like transformation training program that's a paid thing. So I would have some free workouts and tips and idea content out there, or mini courses, but my main 0 to your first marathon training course is a paid course. So if we were doing a marketing course, I might do some free content or free mini courses on certain strategies or just tips or hacks, but a complete marketing system, I'm going to be charging for that. So that would the step-by-step paid market your business effectively training would be a paid offer. And if I was doing a language course, if you haven't seen it yet, you definitely want to check out the Marcus Carter interview on LMS Cast. He's a language teacher. Incredible story. But for free, you might, as a language instructor, you might want to give away some vocabulary lessons and just quick, like conversation exchanges and translations and tips. But a structured fluency path to learn a language, to go from 0 to I speak this language, now that's going to be a paid offer. So just some course creator specific free content ideas. Don't underestimate the power of a mini course. So it could even be a 1 lesson course or even a 3 lesson course. You can also do a challenge, which you can use the course structure in LMS and LifterLMS to create your challenge. It's a 5-day challenge. You have a 5 lesson course. Each lesson is like day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. You can also do webinars, and some people use LifterLMS to deliver free and paid webinars. You can do free lessons. So LifterLMS has a free lesson feature where you can mark 1 lesson as free in a paid course, and then the public can access that without buying. It's actually really great marketing. You can also do email-based courses. That's another way to just do a light version of your course to nurture somebody to becoming a paying customer. So a couple things to think about when doing free versus paid. LifterLMS has all the infrastructure you'll need to create a free to paid customer journey. You got free courses, free lessons inside paid courses. You have lead magnet courses, membership previews. You could do like a free membership level. You could do course bundles. You could do upsells and order bumps. You could bundle in templates and other files using the LifterLMS membership functionality. So you can do all kinds of things with WordPress and LifterLMS to create whatever kind of free paid mix you're going for. The key is creating the right mix for you and your audience. So my final advice for you as an education entrepreneur is to move the free line. Most people are not giving away enough for free, particularly if you're at the beginning and you're just getting started and you don't have an established like email list or authority brand on social media or YouTube or wherever. Start doing the free content, because that's going to, over time, compound into organic marketing for you. And there's nothing more motivating than watching people engage with and love your free content. That's very motivating and gives you direction on creating paid content. So give away as much free knowledge as you can. Move the free line to further than you're comfortable with. Really focus on the transformation and the big results that you deliver. That's what you're selling. But use free content as your marketing engine and build a ladder of values. You can see this at LifterLMS. Like, we have a free core plugin, and then we have add-ons and various bundles that we can add after that. So give away more than you're comfortable giving away, and move that free line and create a value ladder of paid and free, and use LifterLMS and your WordPress site to house all of this great content. That's it for this episode. We'll catch you in the next one. And that's a wrap for this episode of LMS Cast. Did you enjoy that episode? Tell your friends and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And I've got a gift for you over at LifterLMS.com/gift. Go to LifterLMS.com/gift. Keep learning, keep taking action, and I'll see you in the next episode.